In order to sell something, you have to get people's attention. And the only way to get people's attention is by making yourself available to get that attention. And the only way to make yourself available to get that attention is through getting started. So, too many times do people wait to get started in preparation for something, when that is the complete backwards way of doing it. Because if you don't get started, you'll never have the reps in to actually get good at something, right? So you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great, okay? So it's really about imperfect action. A series of imperfect action compounds over time into being a product or service that seems to be perfect, but you can't get that way until you start. Right? Then the next step, in order for people to even know who you are, right, you need to have their attention, right? So this is why I say that attention is the strongest form of currency. The people who have the most attention make the most money. And the best way to get that attention is through building a brand. It's through spreading your message. It's by providing value to the marketplace. And the more value that you provide, the more people you can actually help, the more money you'll make in return. This one quote, I have no clue who said it, but ever since I got into business, I've always thought like this, like you're paid based on the amount of problems that you solve, right? So for example, someone who works at McDonald's, they get paid minimum wage because what they do is minimum effort, right? The only problem they're solving is that this person wants to get fed through a drive-through. Let me give them this warmed up hamburger, these warmed up fries that were pre-cooked. Did I have to acquire these customers? No. Did I have to come up with a recipe? No. All I did was get told how to make these meals, how to package them, how to collect payment, and how to serve it to the customer. That's a very, very small problem that anybody can do. And that's why it's a minimum wage job, because it's minimum effort. You can be completely brain dead doing that job. That's why those jobs are getting automated away now, because of that. So when you think about the bigger problems that you solve, right, the more money you're going to make. Like, look at Jeff Bezos. He solved a big problem, which was getting books to people from anywhere in the country. You want a book, he'll send it to you. Amazon was originally just for books, right? So you go online, you order a book, it comes straight to your doorstep, right? And because a lot of people saw that as a method of saying, hey, are you telling me I can just type up the book I want? I don't have to go to the bookstore. I don't have to look through all these different aisles for the book. I can just hit buy now and it comes to my step. That was a big problem that he solved. And that was just the foundation. And since then, Amazon has become a behemoth with so many different offerings, right? But because he solved a massive problem, he's getting massive payments, massive equity. He's one of the richest people in the world because he solved a massive problem. So when you are focused on building your business, right, and you want to get attention, you just need to think about, okay, how does my service solve somebody's problem, right? Write down all of the ways that your service can solve somebody's problem And then you want to make video content that solves that problem for the type of client that you or customer that you want. When you do that, you will start to get attention from the people who are interested in what you are selling. It's really that simple. Like, if you want to sell something, you need to get attention. How do you get attention? By showing how the product works. Like, if you go on like the ShamWow guy, right? He showed us how all the products worked. He said, hey, it solves this problem. If you have greasy pans, boom, cleans it, right? Spick and span. He was saying, hey, grease is a problem. This product solves it. So you need to do that same things for your product or service. Create content around the problems that your product or service solves. And then that's how you start to gain attention, right? But, you know, in order to get that attention, you do have to make sure that you are hitting the right problems. So you have to actually know your market, know their jargon, know what makes them tick, know their pain points. Because if you don't have those things, you're not going to sell anything. Like if you're just getting attention, let's say for me, right? Like I help people build their brands. I'm a video marketer, right? I'm an online coach. But let's say all of my videos is me trying to dance like Chris Brown and, you know, doing all these TikTok challenges. How would that benefit my brand? Am I getting attention? Yes, but that's actually the wrong type of attention. That attention is not going to help me grow in any shape or form. So you have to make sure that you are intentional about the type of attention that you're getting, because you can build a large audience, but if they're not your ideal client for what you want to sell, then that audience is pointless. Like if I were to build a complete audience to 1 million followers of people watching me dance and I say, hey, I'm getting into business coaching, that does not translate at all. I won't make any money, right? I might make a little saying, hey, how I grew my Instagram account to 1 million followers. But at that point, it's just because I danced and I did trendy stuff, right? So that's not going to translate. So you have to be very intentional when you decide to get attention for your product or service. That's all for this video. More videos dropping every week. Just be intentional when building those brands and the money will come. Peace.